welcome. If you're watching now or watching later, welcome. Today's guest is none other than Chamba from the Toy Migos. What's happening, Chamba?
G'day, g'day.
What's going
Thank you
on,
for
man?
having me. Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you. Thank you for coming, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself because I was scrolling on your profile and I just
Mm-hmm.
seen so much of what you do, and I was just
Okay.
kind of flabbergasted.
Yeah. I am a comic artist that lives in Australia, and I've drawn for I used to draw like Street Fighter comic books. I've done a lot of stuff mainly with through Udon with Capcom. That's kind of the properties that I've worked with primarily. With the past few years, I've done some more stuff with Marvel. I did Venom: The End, and recently was the Avengers Tech-On miniseries. And yeah, I've a couple of like comic book covers in the past. I've worked on concept art for film, some cartoon stuff, some I guess toys as well, really. But yeah, and it's just been all over the place. But yeah, primarily illustration and comic book art.
Dude, that is so freaking cool. And I love the fact that you're just one of these guys that are invested in the industry. I was actually wanted to ask you a question because
Mm,
I have a friend who lives near you and he
okay.
does comic books, and his name
Okay.
is Sheldon Vella.
Oh,
Wondering if
I
you
know
heard of him.
Sheldon. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. I'm familiar with his work. Yeah, yeah,
you
no
know
doubt,
the
no doubt.
Australian Wolverine?
I've never met him. It's just our paths have never crossed in that sense. But he used to do stuff with I know he used to do there was this online comic book, I guess,
Supertron?
battle. Well, there was a battle,
Oh,
like there was this
okay.
online comic book battle called Enter Void, where
Yeah, yeah.
people like budding comic book artists, I suppose, would like
Hmm.
have their own original character and they would fight, I guess, do comic fights with
Yeah.
other people's characters. And yeah, he used to be part of that. I think he was on there before I was, and then when he left that, I had joined and then done some of that for a bit, and then but yeah, our paths have never crossed. I know he does stuff in animation. His stuff is kick ass. He's got like his
Yeah,
style is
unique
it's bold.
and
It's very
it's
bold.
yeah, it's
Very bold.
aggressive,
I love
right?
it. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
has that feel.
Absolutely. That's the word. It's very aggressive, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same,
A lot of
same.
edge. A lot of edge.
I've got a few comic books from Sheldon, and I keep them away. They're a special
Nice.
place
Nice.
kind of thing, you
Yeah,
know. But
that's dope. That's
I just
dope.
wanted
That's a random
yeah,
thing.
no, it just goes to show you how small the internet has made it, you know?
Internet has connected everybody. Like I feel that
Yeah.
I mean, if not for the internet, it would have been way more difficult for me to even have a job in the industry of comics and whatnot. So
Oh, yeah,
uh
very, very much more
just
harder to break through.
it just yeah, absolutely. It just makes things a lot easier. It just makes things a lot
Yeah,
easier.
I definitely get that vibe,
So
you know.
yeah.
But it's great. So, we kind of get the juices flowing over here
Hmm.
with uh, a game, and it's hey, what's going on? Gate 13. D Blake Makes is here. Matt Chuto is here.
Welcome, guys.
Mrs. Go is here. Beautiful lineup. So this is basically pretty simple. You can tell us one word when you see the photo, and then if you
Uh-huh.
want to get into the story or not, about the one word or the photo. You ready?
Right. Give me 1 second. I'm just uploading the actual link to the stream
All
on
right.
my Instagram stories. Yeah, yeah. One
Sure.
second.
Oh,
Uh, let's try
you're doing it
stories.
live, people. We're doing it
Yep.
live.
Right now. There we go. Boom. Ready. Let's do it.
All right.
Vacation.
Yeah. This is
I'd love to
actually
just.
one of the places you want to visit.
I'd love to. Yeah.
I would love to
Where
visit
is
this.
that exactly?
I'm like not much of a
Mm.
I think it's the I want to say Philippines.
Okay.
It's islands in the Philippines.
Yep. I
But
mean, there's
you
a
know,
ton of islands there. Makes sense. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
love to just
it's
go.
paradise.
Yeah. Oh, exactly, exactly. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't,
it's a
it's
beautiful
just
place, man.
eat the food there, just relax at the beach. I'd bring my
Yeah,
sketchbook,
right.
just draw. Yeah. Oh,
Just draw.
sounds. Yeah, it sounds good. No, honestly, that to me, that's relaxing. So that would be perfect. Yeah. It's been
Look
a
at
few
that.
years since I've
That's
done that
like
too.
knowing geography.
Hmm.
All right, next photo. You ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Ooh. No thanks.
Ooh.
No thanks. That's too
You want to
close to
know
the
what's
edge.
you want to know what's interesting about this photo?
What's up?
I work around the block from where this was taken.
That's wild.
I can tell just because I'm higher than
Hmm.
where the photo is taken, and I know the rooftops.
Like looking at it through a photo. It's not too bad. It's just being there, and honestly, it's the surrounding. It's the sound. It's the wind, because it
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
like a photograph doesn't really show how
no,
windy it is up there, and it's or how
yeah,
loud it is.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Even up
I
there in Manhattan, New York, it's loud.
yeah, exactly. I think
Sadly,
with stuff of that high, I I don't really. It is. I fear it because it's crazy high, and obviously, if you fall off, you're done. But if there was
right?
a barrier, no problem. I'd have no issue with that. It's just if there's nothing, if I don't feel there's a sense of security in a way, then
Yeah,
that's where like the anxiety really ramps up.
yeah, man. I feel the same way. I need my
Yeah.
security blanket, and I hope it's in my
Mm.
wife's place.
Yeah, that's. I don't want to be there though. Uh, fever
I
dreams.
I know, dude. You brought me back when you.
Yeah,
So obviously,
yeah.
you're at the point where you're realizing what you've asked is
Oh yeah, for
freaking
sure.
patient, right?
Hmm.
So you brought me back to this, and I was like, oh my god, dude. When I first seen this guy, I couldn't eat for like a week. Everything just looked like him, you know.
Here's the thing about this though. When I first saw this, I was sick. I had a fever. So
What up, D Blake?
seeing this just implanted itself in my brain at that time, and yeah, so no good. Obviously now it's seeing it now, it's like wow, that's insane. But
Now
as
it's like,
a
how would I start to draw this?
oh exactly now I've seen obviously things much worse, but
Oh yeah,
as
yeah,
a
yeah,
kid when you're sick and you see this, it's just implanted in your brain, and
yeah.
it was the worst. It was the worst thing.
It's
I had so
nasty.
many nightmares, just fever nightmares. Obviously, when you're sick and you have fever dreams, that's all it's made up of.
Yeah,
This was
yeah,
part of it, and I hated it.
yeah.
But now it's just like, yeah, it's cool, and it's like
Yeah,
it's sad. It's very sad.
yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Before you were kind of grossed out and nasty
mm-hmm.
about it. Now, like you look at it from a psychological standpoint, you're like,
Yep.
poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to have to live the rest of his life like that?
Well, no, I mean he got splat by the car.
Yeah. Well, yeah. D Blake is
Yeah,
just on a roll right now.
it's the truth. Like he was like just a bag of wet meat just all over the place. It was wild.
Dead or alive, you're coming. The
I
most
love that
famous
movie. That
quote.
film is fantastic.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to something a little bit more pleasant.
Oh,
This
jeez.
is somewhere you lived.
Is that Seattle?
No, it's not Seattle.
No, it's not Seattle. Where is that?
Further east. Let's see if Matt gets it.
Maybe.
Matt might get it. I believe it's Singapore.
Okay. I've visited there a couple times.
Right. Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I've not lived there. That's why when you said
Like,
lived, I'm like, I haven't lived there. I visited. I love Singapore. I don't know if you guys have
For
been.
me, I've
It's
never
great.
been really anywhere. So when I see
Okay.
and get the feedback and from the questions and things like that, I'm always damn, Matt. Jeez.
Yeah, he's on a roll, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, Singapore, man.
I'm changing my
The
Instagram
food.
password after this one. Matt knows
The food is great.
Oh, you went there in
Uh
2019.
nice.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the architecture. I mean, look, you
Yeah.
see how that building kind of curves with the
Mm-hmm.
water? That is
Mm-hmm.
just amazing, man. That's just
Yeah.
I love like I obviously I live in New York, so architecture is just a thing about how high you can build and how
Yeah.
much you can get for it. But when you see things like this, you know, New York is more of a machine than a city.
Oh yeah,
You
no doubt. A lot of gears.
when you can see a city like this that
Hmm.
it took time to
Yeah.
plan
Oh
and
yeah.
surround the architecture with everything. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. I do love, like, as Matt said, I love how clean Singapore is.
Yeah, I've
It's
heard that.
so clean. It is so clean there. Also, like, if you're into like collectibles and such, they've got a slew of places there where you can buy a lot of like
Enabler,
Transformers
enabler.
collectibles. Yeah, it's the truth though. It's the
No,
truth.
I'm just messing with you, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, no, I know. I've been getting into the market lately. I just
Mm.
got something from I believe he's from the Philippines, Tech 63.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Nice.
hey. Be on your best now. The boss is here.
All good. I'm always on my best.
Here we go.
Love it. Fish and chips.
Fish and chips. I know. I actually, when I was putting this photo in the presentation, I was like, I'm hungry. Hey babe, what do you think about fish and chips tonight?
I love fish
And
and chips.
she's for it. I literally asked, I was like,
I
do you
love
have
it.
any like frozen French fries or something like that? And
Yeah, just so you can do it right. Yeah, something quick, something
yeah.
easy. Oh, I'd love fish and chips right now. I might have some for
So
lunch actually.
this one is a personal one from me.
Okay.
All right. And I say that because there's a story behind it. So could you tell me what that isn't?
That's not Mjolnir.
Yes, yes, yes. So for those who are not in the know, I send my super chats with the Toy Migos and Chat Migos videos. Majority of the time, it's asking Chamba to say that's not a Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
And if that wasn't strange enough for you to know, the next segment is strange questions.
Okay.
No wrong answers. Are you ready?
Sure. Let's go.
If you were turned into a food, what food would you turn into?
Hmm. Lasagna.
A lasagna. Oh, because you got layers.
Yeah, it's layers. It's got all the good stuff. I love, the cheese and meat, pasta. It's got all the good stuff. I love lasagna.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good food.
I'd want to
That's
be delicious.
uh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd want to be delicious, man.
Yeah.
Somebody said poutine. That's not bad at all.
Gyoza's good too. Poutine's real good. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I just we have like one place around me that actually makes it. And they're a seasonal kind of place. They're like basically just all barbecue in the summer. They get all their business from the beach. They're right at the beach across the street, and then that's it. They're done. They actually kind of turn into a biker club in the winter.
Random. That's a random transition.
Right? That is a random transition. Yeah. All right, next one. What is the strangest food you've ever eaten? Now you've been so many places and seen so many things. This was a question that I honestly, was curious to know.
Hmm.
Strangest thing you've ever eaten?
Strangest thing I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't eaten it obviously in a long time, and it's just like I guess it's food from the Philippines. It's that balot. It's that, like, it's an egg where you open it up and there is like a chicken there.
Hmm.
Um,
That is very strange. Can you go into a little bit
Machuto's
more
might know
detail
what
about
it
that?
is. Sorry,
Can you go into a little bit more detail about that? So it's an
it's
egg that has a chick
it's
in
an
it, like
egg.
every
It's
chicken.
like you know what? Give me 1 second. I can't describe it well because I haven't eaten it since I haven't in a long, long time. I had it when I was a kid,
Matthew
and
says
as
he
soon as
still
I
has
saw it,
tried
it's a bullet is a fertilized developing egg embryo that is boiled and eaten. So when you crack it open, you basically see
a
a
chick.
developed chick, really, and that's what you eat. You have to
Whoa.
like
Okay.
basically swallow that whole in a sense. Eat the
Good.
bones of it.
Congratulations. I don't know where the trophy is,
I
but
don't.
you
As a
get the
kid,
trophy.
I have had it as a kid. I just obviously that scarred me, and since then I don't. But it's a goose chick. There you go.
No,
Goose.
first of all, I've never heard of that.
Mm.
Second of all, that is definitely the strangest thing. Anyone going forward with this that's going to be hard to beat. That is going to be so hard to beat. Wow, I never
Yeah.
known. I never heard about that, but wow, yeah, Mrs. Go capitalized that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so the next segment is the deep dive. This is where we go super deep into your profile and
Sure.
ask you, what the hell were you thinking? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But
I mean,
give
it's
us a
fine.
little story. Are you ready to dive?
Yeah. I'm curious to see what you pull up. Okay.
Posted May 2016. Tell us about this.
That was a commission for a mate of mine in his he's got like a convention sketchbook where he basically gets a bunch of different artists while
Oh,
attending a convention to illustrate different things. He wanted something Star Wars related, and I just went with this one. So it's a commission. I
that
work
is
with like
so cool,
Copics and
man.
such. Yeah.
Yeah, that is something else. I'm really digging that. So,
Thanks. It was fun.
you heard it first. Commissions are open by Chamba, right?
Sort of. Yeah.
if
Sort of.
it's worth the time.
Yeah. Traditional commissions at the moment, not digital, is easy to do. It's just cleaner. I don't really do traditional commissions right now because mailing things is kind of a pain.
I
I mean,
know.
it's not. It's a pain, but it's also costly. That's kind of the problem.
We were talking about that. I was like,
Yeah,
well, if Chamba wins, I'll just send him the money and he can buy
exactly.
whatever
It's almost
he wants.
it's almost better that way. Honestly.
Yeah. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if you're familiar with Plastic Snap Simon Hill.
I'm not.
So I sent him a huge prop package.
Okay.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
So
It's
tell us
it's.
about this.
Oh, this is
Posted February
yeah, ages
2014.
ago. So I used to have a killer mustache. I still kind of have one right now. I just don't. I don't bother getting the wax right now. But always fun activities back to do. Like even now these days, I like to incorporate photography and illustration. It's always a fun exercise to like, try and work with lighting, see how you can play around with it, and that reflection is obviously illustrated. That character that's holding the
Oh
camera
yeah.
is just an original character that I was just mucking around with, and I'm like, let's see if I can capture something there. So that's what I did.
No, I thought it was amazing, man, and I was really happy to come across something like this
Yeah.
and get and have us all get that story.
Mm.
So you took the photo and then
I
you
took the photo,
illustrated it.
and then I'll illustrate, like, I'll incorporate illustration into the actual piece itself. It's always fun to do. I've done that several times in the past, where I'd like,
Yeah,
draw
that's
a character
amazing.
into it. Yeah, it's always fun.
That is something cool. And next we have posted September 2013.
This was
What a talent you are. Let me just say, what a talent you are. This
oh,
is
thanks.
something else, man. This
Thank
is
you.
amazing. Look at those.
Um, I use Copics for the eyes, but I recently at that time I purchased that Pentel gel pen. It's like a white ink, and the paper is like a brown paper, and I wanted to try that out because back then I'm normally like drawing on white paper. So I had a brown paper sketchbook, and what works well with that is white ink and obviously black ink. So I tried to work with that and see what happens. I think also a white uh, wax pencil to get some of the
Okay.
smooth going out. Yeah. So it's always fun to experiment with different things, different tools. It can get you learn a lot of new things because of that. So it's always fun
Yeah,
to experiment. Mm.
I would imagine. I mean, I think it looks phenomenal. And
Thank you.
it's something that, people can see throughout your entire
Mm.
profile that you've evolved
Mm.
from where you've come from to where you're at now, and that's amazing. So our next segment is all about your action heroes. Why don't you tell us who these guys are?
Sure. That's Scarlet Spider.
Oh
He's
yeah.
one of the coolest characters out there. I've always been a fan. I know a lot of people didn't like the Clone Saga back in the 90s.
Love, love
I
it,
loved
man.
it. Um, I mean, it kind of sucks. I mean, the whole thing where, technically Peter, this is Peter, but that
Yeah,
was kind of one. I was like,
yeah.
whatever, whatever. I always liked his gadgets as well. His webbing was creative. Also, his design is striking.
I love his look. I love
Yeah.
his look. I have 3 of them because each one that I purchased had a defect. So I
Oh,
finally created a
your
Frankenstein
favorite.
version
Okay.
and made him perfect
Mm,
from Marvel
awesome.
Legends. But
I
yeah,
love it. Can't wait
my
for the
favorite.
Marfix next year.
Oh, got it. I'm gonna have
Looking
to look
forward.
into.
I'm
So
looking forward
next
to
time,
that one.
who do we have here?
Jack Burton.
Hell
I mean,
yeah,
who doesn't?
from
Who doesn't? From Big Trouble in Little China, one of my favorite films. Love
hell
that movie.
yes, yes,
One
amazing
of my
movie.
favorites.
I
John
totally
Carpenter's amazing.
Yeah, I
John
totally
Carpenter's
marked
amazing.
out when Raiden showed up.
Oh yeah, yeah. This
The,
film
the
is
lore, the lore
timeless.
Raiden, not the Mortal Kombat Raiden.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah. The
Everyone
actual
knows
Raiden.
that.
Hmm.
No one really knows that Raiden was a god. Like
Yeah.
so. Who do we have next?
Hellboy.
Oh
Hellboy's
boy,
like I I used to read a couple of the comics, but it's not necessarily the comics that makes me like the character. It's his design. I love his design and how he can be depicted in so many different styles, yet it's distinctively still Hellboy.
right
Um,
on. Yeah, he's
so
been drawn so many different ways. The
he
last
can
time
be
I saw
still.
him drawn was almost like an anime style.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's so many ways you can depict him, but it's still Hellboy, and that's why I love the character. I think because of that, it's fantastic.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. So we've got all these 3 guys here, right? Who do you say who would you say you're most like in real life?
Oof. I don't know actually.
No, you're not
Uh,
driving
sorry.
trucks. You're not driving trucks around. You're not
Nah.
trying to stop the
Uh,
army.
I guess in a
You
way,
look like a clone.
I'm not a clone. I know people say in the chat sometimes that I've got clones of myself, but I guess Jack Burton in a way because he is stupid. I'm pretty dumb. I'm pretty like no, I mean like he thinks himself
Dumb, handsome, and
uh
talented.
no, not
What
even
else?
that. Like
You're doing good.
um he'll he'll jump into a situation without really
Oh
knowing
yeah.
how to deal with
Oh
it. And
yeah.
I do like to pre-plan, like at least think ahead, but then you never know what's going to happen. So I guess that's in a way that is relatable.
So Jack is now out of the picture. We know that
Yeah.
you're mostly related to Jack. We've
If
got
anything, of the three, without a doubt.
yes,
Yeah.
we've got Scarlet, and we've no, not Scarlet, but the Scarlet Spider and
Hmm.
Hellboy. Whose sidekick would you want to be for a day?
Oh, for a day, Hellboy.
Yeah, Hellboy. You'd want to
Yeah,
be his sidekick. That's a lot.
I know. That's why
A lot. Yeah, that
I
is
just
that is.
I'd
Oof.
probably die very quickly. I know
It's
that
okay.
already.
You wake up alive the next day, so you'll
Yeah,
be all right.
I mainly pick Hellboy because if I pick Scarlet Spidey, it's the whole heights thing.
Oh,
You know,
very, very
he's
interesting.
a web slinger. I don't have an
Yeah,
ability of slinging and whatnot, unless it's like I'm the guy on the the computer, and I'm not very good at that. So I'd
web
be useless
slinging, get it?
completely. Yeah,
Webs.
yeah.
That
I
was
could
so
sling
much
that
fun.
web, but not that. Yeah. So Hellboy.
Yeah,
Plus, you get to see a bunch of just like all right, if it was Hellboy, you'd walk around the BPRD. Just to
right.
wander around the
Yeah,
BPRD would be tight.
you just see all the myths, all the legends,
Exactly.
the whole nine.
Exactly.
Realize like
Yeah.
you'd probably just stop somebody in the hall, be like, "Who am I supposed to be praying to?"
Exactly. And his areas like what filled with cats and chocolates.
Yeah,
Baby Ruths.
and
He's
guns,
got baby Ruths
and
and cats.
guns.
That's not bad. That ain't bad.
That's not a bad
Nah.
life at all.
Nah,
Yeah,
that's Hellboy.
that's not a bad life. So, what would you change? What would be one thing you would change about Scarlet Spider and make it canon? It's going to
Oh.
stick for forever. What would you change?
honestly, the whole idea of him being the actual real Peter Parker was
Mm-hmm.
a big risk at the time, and
Wasn't it though? Almost like
I
a
loved it.
oh,
I loved
it
it because I'm like, in a way, it is like a softer reboot. It would have been a soft
mm-hmm.
reboot for the character that would have worked because you're disconnecting him from obviously everyone in his past, but you know
Right.
he's Spider Man. So he could have that new adventure without really ruining anything, like retconning anything necessarily, because technically there is a disconnect now. He's just continuing his adventure with this whole other life. I
Yeah.
kind of wish they did more with that instead of just like, nah, he's actually the clone. Uh,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah.
He's
No.
gonna melt eventually.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
next segment we've got is the femme fatale. Why don't you tell us who these ladies are? I love
Alan
where the
Ripley.
banner is, by the way. That worked out
Yeah,
perfect.
it really did. Alan Ripley.
Hell
She's a
yeah.
legend.
The best scene in any movie there is.
April O'Neil.
Anime style.
I know you picked the
You damn right I did.
Mori. I love Pacific Rim. Loved it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Such a
Loved it.
great movie. Such a great
Mm-hmm.
movie. All right. So out of these three amazing ladies, if you were working under them, they were your one of these persons here is your manager, right?
Mm.
Who do you think would come down on you on the hardest and be more demanding than ever than any one of these people? April?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's a
Yeah.
reporter.
Yeah. April would fire you if you gained a couple of pounds and couldn't
That's
keep up with the running, right?
anything. I don't know. Like just to be an assistant to a reporter like her, she wants to be the best reporter, so it'd be tricky. And I think she'd be quite, hard to work, difficult to work under.
What? All right. So we've got Ripley next, right? And we've got I'm sorry, I just blanked out. What's her name again? From
Marco.
Marco. Yeah,
Mori.
Marco Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim. What movie would you like to see Marco in? Take the character and put her in a different movie.
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's actually a tough one.
So you're taking a character out and you're putting Marco in there, and it's gonna kick ass.
Any of the Godzilla movies, actually.
Yeah, yeah. That's not
I think
that's definitely not bad at all. Alien would be good too.
Alien would be cool, actually. That
Actually,
would be
yeah,
interesting.
role reverse, that would be actually really good. Role reversal for the both of them, especially in the outfits.
It would be. In the outfits would be something, but like just a role reversal, just in general, like to see something like that would be interesting. It'd be interesting to see how they would handle the situation. Is all.
All right, so Rhea is last. Where would you take Rhea out on a date?
Which one? Ripley?
Ripley.
Oh, on a date.
On a date.
That's weird because
and it's
in
the
that
character.
universe.
It's not the,
yeah,
it's
of course.
Yeah,
of course. Because in that universe, it's like, I guess anywhere outside of, because like the life that she's lived in is like obviously in that space bunker, really.
Yeah.
So anywhere outside of that would be better than where they're at.
I could see you guys in Singapore, like in the slideshow.
Bloody
having some fish and chips,
beach.
maybe?
The beach, yeah. The beach in that paradise area.
Oh yeah, she's got the outfit for it, right?
She's ready.
Why not? Yeah, these are some great and impressive answers, man. I appreciate it. I'm having a great time with you so far. So let's go to the animated hero time. Why don't you tell us who these animated heroes are?
Stitch. Love him. Best.
Yeah.
One of my Sakamoto. Interesting. Different Sakamoto than I actually thought, but interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's actually more than one Sakamoto.
You good with it?
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. I like that you picked this one because a lot of people won't actually think of this one. And Psyduck.
Hell to the Psyduck. I love Psyduck.
Psyduck's the best.
All right. So you're going to get the opportunity to live in anybody's world here. Out of these three people, Whose world are you gonna go live in?
Pokemon.
Hell yeah. I
Pokemon.
have to say the same thing, especially from the Detective Pikachu movie.
That one's good, but just Pokemon in general. Like, just those kinds of animals and creatures, which are the Pokemon, obviously. It's just fascinating. I wonder how, like, the world would function with Pokemon involved. Or what, Pokemon you'd have, really.
I don't see it being a good thing. I
I'm
don't
sure
see.
they'd be abused.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly,
Hmm.
I'd probably become an activist for Pokemon.
Hmm.
It
Oh, I'm sure of it. I'm sure of
24/7,
it.
365.
It's a different world completely. But yeah, the Pokemon world would be fascinating.
So, what if any qualities do you share with Stitch?
Oh.
Appetite,
Yeah, in a way.
forearms. For
He's silly.
you turn
I
into
wish I
Goro
had
when you draw.
I
Is that how
wish I
you
had
draw?
forearms. That'd be so handy. He's curious.
Oh, yeah. He's so cute
He's
when he's
like, yeah, he's
curious.
always trying to,
You just brought it
think
back.
about things. Yeah. He's a little
And
chaotic too at
lastly,
times.
who do we have? Who's the last guy again?
Sakamoto.
Sakamoto. All right.
Mhm.
So, if you were to spend a day with Sakamoto in his world, what would you
Mhm.
do?
Oof. Well, the character of Sakamoto, he's kind of like perfect at everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd just be strange to observe him doing everything perfectly, really.
So you'd
Like,
shadow him throughout the whole
pretty
day?
much, yeah, in a way. Just kind of like observe how he
Yeah.
goes about. He's an awkward character as well. So it'd be just interesting to just observe that. Like
I
everyone
can
kind of
dig
gets
it.
frustrated at the character because of he's he's a character, let's just say. And yeah, he's a weird one.
I think it's awesome. So, the final segment we have tonight is Go Figure Feud. And what that is that's kind of like family feud in a sense with
Mhm.
our chat family here. And what it is you pick the answers that you relate to the most or enjoy the most.
Sure.
And that person will today win a prop pack by yours truly. So whatever
Yes.
I've got on my catalog via Instagram or whatever I've got on my website, I'll give you access to the website early. You can pick from there. So that's how we play Go Figure Feud. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
So remember, you're picking your favorite answers to these
Okay.
questions. We asked 100 Chambas. No, I'm just kidding. What is the most overrated superhero, or who is the most overrated superhero? And Chamba will share the answers after he's his answer after he's selected.
Okay. All right. We have
Chamba wants to be the very best that there ever was. To catch
it's
is
Pokemon.
to catch them your real quest?
What's up?
Is to catch them your quest?
I guess that's what there is. Like, I have no idea.
I figured
What,
to
like,
train them would be your cause.
usually, yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably travel across the land searching far and wide, right?
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. Because you got to, find the courage
Anybody else
inside.
get the reference?
Yeah, you gotta find the courage inside. You know what I mean?
There we go. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought it was just
No, no,
flying over, man.
no, no. I
Must
knew
be
what you were
a
doing.
time show. You got me, man. You really got
All
that,
right.
dude. I'll never play poker with you ever.
All right. Let's see what some of the responses are. There's that's not true. I
All
am
right,
not.
we
I wish I was.
let's give 15 more seconds to the chat. Set a timer for 15 seconds. And then all right. So currently we've got Mrs. Go with
Iron
Iron
Man.
Man because she's a hater.
Okay.
Love you, babe. Uh, Superman, All Might. Oh, that is not
Ooh,
nice. 15 seconds are up.
Goku. All right. Of those four listed, overrated. I don't know. That's a tough one because I'm thinking about how people. Hmm, all right, you know what? I'm gonna. This is probably gonna be bad because I don't think he's overrated. Well, I can kind of see how people could think he's overrated though. Goku,
I, yeah, I thought you were. I thought you were gonna say.
because
All right.
mainly because of how loud hardcore Dragon Ball fans are about it.
Yeah.
Like to the general public, they don't really see Goku as an overrated character. But when
No.
they're in
Oh,
the if they're in an anime community of some sort and there are Dragon Ball fans present, like hardcore fans, Cheney, you
yeah.
know it. They're the loudest. Oh, can he beat Goku? That's
Oh,
usually the question
of
asked. Do you know what
course,
I mean? So
of
I feel
course.
that's the case. The name that I didn't see anyone show up is Batman.
Huh. But given enough time, would Batman stay overrated?
I don't know. I think it's because my I don't know. My main issue with Batman is that everyone goes, "Oh, he'll win because of prep time," and I'm like, that's such a weird thing. It's so weird. Why are you
Yeah,
always pitting
it
everybody
is.
against
It
each
is.
other?
Boy, I will say, if you guys haven't watched the Toy Migos takeover, the Dragon Ball community has taken some hits.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't
Has
get me
taken.
wrong. I'm a Dragon Ball fan.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
no doubt about it.
yeah, yeah. And
No
this
doubt
is
about
why I
it.
can say Goku because I understand the
Yeah.
hardcore Dragon Ball fans are just incredibly loud.
Oh, no doubt about it.
So
You get it. Deep Lake makes Batman.
no, I Batman is who I feel is overrated. But
I was
that's yeah.
driving, but I was thinking
Of the
back.
answers, I'm gonna go with Goku.
All right, guys, get the brown off of your nose. Okay, this is
Yeah.
Chamba here. He's all right with your answer. He's gonna love you no matter what.
I'm good
Next
either way.
question. Clockwork. Please don't answer.
Yes, because you've got this.
What is the
What is the
best
best summer
summer
movie
movie blockbuster? And I mean of then, of now.
of all summer movie blockbusters? Let's see what
Yeah.
people
So
say. Interesting.
Chopper wants it to be of all. Let's make it of all. So go ahead, guys. I'm gonna set the timer for
Oof.
30 seconds.
Let's do
Set
it.
a timer for 30 seconds.
Movie blockbuster. Oh,
This year so far, I have to agree with that one.
oh, this year it's. I mean,
But
I
of
wouldn't
all
say
time, I don't know of all time. I can't call
that
it.
is a tricky.
Only because I don't know when movies come out. So,
Mm. Yeah, well, same here. I mean, it
oh
comes out
no,
different times in different places, so it's harder
exactly.
to figure that one out, to pinpoint that one.
It's winter in some parts of the world. All right, guys, throw in those answers. We've got Top Gun, Jurassic Park, um, the original,
Independence Day.
Independence Day. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's definitely a good one.
Of the ones listed, I'm
All right,
gonna go
all right, go ahead.
personally with Jurassic Park. That's my
Yeah,
favorite
yeah,
of the ones listed.
Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
definitely. I love Jurassic Park, and I'm just appalled by what
Machu Toys got in the first Avenger movie. That would, yeah. I mean, that one was such a spectacle when that happened.
wasn't it though?
Like that
I
one
started
culminated
buying
into
that
something that I
shaving
never
cream
would have
because of
expected. You know what I
Jurassic
mean?
Park.
You never expected it to happen. Avengers.
Nah.
You'd hope for it,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I know what you mean. What's funny is I worked right around there and never seen any of the filming. Not one thing. Not
hmm,
one thing. I was so
they did it good,
disappointed.
man.
Always see these movies, man, being made and skits from television shows, and I'm like, I was just there. What is going on? I don't know. All right, so sudden death is among us, and the sudden death is between Clockwork and the Toy Box of Doom. Your sudden death question between you two guys. 15 seconds on the clock. Name a famous rivalry between brands. So, example, if I have a pen, Chamba has a
Hmm.
pen, we have a rivalry because I'm trying to sell more pens than he is. Set a timer for 15 seconds.
Famous rivalries between brands. Let's see what they can even come up with. I'm trying to think of anything right now. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, come on,
I can
guys.
think of.
The
I can
two
think
of
of
you.
some.
Sudden death, clockwork. Let's go.
I do like that. That's famous for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest ones. Ah, okay. Clockwork's in and Toy Box is in. So Chamba,
I
you've
know it's
got
weird, but the
Coke
first
versus
one that popped into my mind was Coke versus Pepsi.
Are you going with Clockwork Orange?
I'm going with Coke versus Pepsi. I know Marvel vs. DC is a big rivalry, but they also collaborated.
Exactly.
Coke and Pepsi have never.
Yes. Yes. The
So
source wall, baby. The source
yeah,
wall. They've
I'm going with Coke
collaborated
and
on the
Pepsi.
source wall. All right. Well, Clockwork Orange. Oh, wait, no, Clockwork
Clockwork
Orgy.
Orgy. Yeah.
Yeah. Good good use. You won. Shoot me a DM. We were just talking on Instagram, so shoot me a DM. I will give you
Perfect.
the password to gofreegoshop.com, which will be live soon. Late no, middle of October. So you can find some cool stuff there eventually. And that brings us to the end of the show, man. That was 30&Go.
That was
Chamba.
good. That went by quick.
Man, yeah. It did go by pretty quick, but I had an amazing time with you. I
Yeah, this was
loved
fun.
all your
This was
freaking
fun.
answers were
Thank
awesome.
you.
And
This was
you
fun.
know,
You
I
put
had
a lot
a
of work into the questions. I've been enjoying the show so far. Like I watched the Largo one, I watched the Machuto one, I watched the Cheney one, and there's a lot
yeah,
of like interesting responses, like ones you would not expect as well.
yeah.
And
That's
yeah,
that's my favorite part of it
mm,
is talking to you guys and seeing the responses,
mm,
and going into the profile as well and
mm.
learning more about you and what you've done. And you've done so much, to the point that Instagram today could not load the rest of your feed.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, I've uploaded a lot, like because I pretty much upload daily.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's
yeah, I know.
thousands.
You
I've got
see this
thousands
callus
of
right here? Can you
yeah.
see that callus?
Nah,
That's you go
yeah.
through your
I
profile, man.
believe it. I believe it. That's why I forget what
Okay.
I post, and I don't really repost
Thank you.
things either. I don't like
No,
reposting things.
no.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot up there. I forget what I've posted sometimes as well, and I'm like trying to scroll on my own. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. That's
That's
not happening.
actually one of the reasons why guests and viewers really tell me the biggest feedback that I get is the deep dive. You
Deep dive
know,
is good. It's hard. It's a
yeah,
work. It's a lot of work.
it is work. It is
It is
definitely
work.
work, but it's so enjoyable. To
This
get
is
the
fun.
reactions and
Hmm.
stuff, man. It's a lot of fun. It really
It's
is,
been
man.
fun too because it's a lot of questions that we wouldn't normally get asked in any other platform or any other reasoning.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
hope.
always nice. Yeah,
I
no,
hope
yeah,
it's
right. It's so
you
some of the
know.
questions are so random as well, so it kind of works out. Yeah, and it's not really
Yeah,
related to toys, which is what we're normally talking about,
yeah.
which
I mean, it's
I
a
love
little
talking
bit of
about.
it's a little bit
Yeah,
of a break away from the
yeah.
whole like, hey, so not that that's a bad thing because
No, I
I mean
love that. I love talking
one
about
of the
toys.
reasons why I'm sitting there
Hmm.
watching you guys on YouTube with Toy Migos is like, okay, what am I saving for? What's a maybe? What am
Right,
I going to buy?
right.
And,
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
I was really interested in the Venom when you guys were talking about it last night. But
Right.
one thing I didn't notice is if his um tentacles, not
Uh-huh.
tentacles, tentacles were bendy wire. Do you guys
Don't know.
know?
No
You don't
idea.
know, right?
No.
I mean, it would be a very missed opportunity for a beautiful figure like that to not have it. Really.
We also like noticed a little bit into it. It's just he doesn't have bicep swivels either.
Oh, yeah, he's very statue like. I think
Very.
Lago might say that.
Yeah.
It's more similar to a statue. I can hear him in my head saying that right
Yeah.
now.
It's
You know.
cool looking. It's just it's like it's this short of it's short of making it great, I think. It looks good though. That's kind of the
Yeah.
problem.
And coming from a lackluster release of the symbiotes, in my opinion, there's the 3-pack.
Mm.
2 are good out of the 3-pack. 1 is borderline great, but
Mhm.
the Riot figure for me doesn't do it. He kind of looks like I'm gonna age myself a little bit, but there's an old YouTube video of a dramatic gerbil where he's doing his thing and he just turns around like
And it looks like that too, the face.
the face looks like he
Yeah.
got it caught with his hands in a cookie
Yeah.
jar or something.
He got a
It's
little
not.
startled. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very he said the words
Mhm.
don't come to me, but they come to you. Yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't and I was looking forward to it because I've got my symbiote collection and my sign
Mhm.
from D Blake Makes that says Spider Verse a little it's on the other side. But it was I had high hopes when I heard that.
I mean, to be fair though, it is cool that they're completing it at the very least. Like they're,
Yeah,
giving you the
at the
character.
very
It
least,
it might not be exactly what you're after, but it's almost like if you don't get this one, how long are you gonna wait until they get something exactly the way you want it?
yeah, and
It might not ever
it's
come, unfortunately.
yeah, I'm long past the days of
Mm,
being a completist at this point now.
right. Yeah. I
It's one
think
of
a lot
those
of us
things
are.
where, yeah, like when I'm doing conventions, I'm probably gonna bring a couple of figures with me and be like, hey,
Mhm.
if you spend X amount, just pick a figure from here,
Mhm. Mhm.
because it's too much. And I think as collectors, and feel free to chime in whenever you want, but as collectors, we go through the gotta have it all
Yeah.
to I'm gonna get selective to I'm gonna spend my money on really good shit and that's it.
I've just been always selective. I mean, it's difficult to get everything in general, but here in this,
Absolutely.
like living overseas and whatnot, it just makes things more challenging to acquire everything. So I've always been picky and choosy, and like once I started getting imports over a decade ago, I'm like, I don't see myself needing to get a lot of the domestic things because while they will fill out a lot of characters, if it's not up to scratch to what I'm after, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
just get it just for the sake of even just like as a placeholder.
right.
I can't do placeholders.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like when I started buying the signs from D Blake Makes, and I was like,
Hmm.
you know what? This is going to thin out my collection because I'm gonna want the sign being prominent and I'm gonna want the group there, and like behind me, my printer, behind my 2D printer, there's a pile of figures
Yeah.
because I was like, okay, this is the Fantastic Four and Galactus is
Hmm.
coming, so that's been happening a lot lately. I don't know why, but speaking with Adam, apparently that happened to Adam as well.
Okay.
Like, did you see the camera flick
Yeah,
off?
I did. I did. Yeah, yeah. It happened to him last episode. Yeah.
Yes, I was wondering if he's had an issue. And speaking of Adam, good segue.
Hmm.
He's gonna be the next
Oh,
guest.
oh,
He's gonna be the final member of the takeover.
nice. That should be a good one.
Dude, I gotta tell you, changing my little logo has been one of these things where I go on other people's lives and they're like, "Oh, why did you do that, Go Figure?" I'm like, dude, it's just it's what it's about right now,
You
man.
gotta
Toy
update it.
Universe is taking over
Yeah.
30&Go, and we've got some amazing guests from the click.
This has been
Yeah,
fun though, man. Again, it's been fun. A lot of the questions that we wouldn't normally answer and stuff. So it's always interesting to actually like the whole deep dive thing again, like you mentioned.
I
That's
appreciate that, man.
that's stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, dang, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah, I forgot
that's
about
one of
that.
the reactions that
Mm.
it's genuine, you know.
Yeah.
It's genuine. You can't fake it.
Hmm.
You can't have a aha moment, You
Hmm. Hmm.
can't plan it out in a
No, no, no.
sense. You
I
either
can't
have
prep.
it
I
or
can't prep for it.
you don't.
You know what I mean? It's just
That's
gonna
a
come
good
out as a
question, Matt.
surprise.
Well, call me after this. Matt, the door's open, so come by. Matsutoy and I live very close to each
I
other,
know.
about
That's great.
15-20 minutes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Huh?
That's
Uh the wife is cooking, so
nice.
Yeah, but funny story is around getting closer to winter. Every time Matt came by my home, it would snow every single time.
He'd
Every
bring the
single
snow with him.
Yes, 60 and go. So it was so a lot of people from Instagram know that 30 and go is about a half hour long show
Yep.
on Instagram because the Instagram time frame was an hour and that would give us a little time to, run through everything
Mm-hmm.
and then bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now 30 and go is pretty much 30 questions. If you notice the
Right.
segments
Yep.
are about five, 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 five,
Mm-hmm.
and the end. So that is where the 30 comes from. Match your choice.
Oh,
I mean, match your
okay.
choice.
I never
So
questioned it. I just figured, it's the name of it.
nah, no, I try to keep it to originally. Yes, it was 30 minutes, but as we got the presentation better and you know came over to YouTube with the
Mm-hmm.
presentation is a lot better than me sitting behind my TV and
For sure.
literally having it in reverse on my screen so that way I can see you and see the comments and
Yeah.
read everything backward. I would be reading
Yeah.
everything backward.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
boy, that
that's
was
too much. That's too much.
yeah. That spells it in let, right, Matt? What was that? L33T let.
60 figures go. Leet.
Yeah, let's. I don't remember what it is, but do you remember? You ever text like that
No,
growing
I
up?
never
No.
understood that. Yeah, it always confused me. I'm just like, just type normally.
Dude, everything confuses me now that I'm older.
Yeah.
I've got like 16-year-olds and 13-year-old cousins,
No.
and they send an acronym, and I'm like, I go to
No.
Google.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. You're like,
I
which one of
think,
these does it mean? No, I'm good.
yeah, I don't even remember the last one I learned, but I just stopped learning them
They're all
after.
it's there's all new ones as well. So I'm like, I don't know what that's
Exactly,
supposed to
it's an
be.
ever evolving language.
Yeah,
Important language, but it's like, did you really save time if I have to go and Google it?
exactly. Oh, you saved time. I didn't. You didn't save time for me. You didn't make it easier at all. You could have just said it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. All right, Chamba, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I know that your
Thank you,
time
man.
was a little tight, but the show went amazingly, and I can't
This was
thank you
good.
enough.
Yeah.
By the
This
way,
time flew. Time flew.
this was the first international Go for Your Go show.
Oh, snap.
First
Didn't
international,
know
man.
that. Right on.
My hat's off.
Oh,
Thank you so
snap. Hats
much,
off too.
man. I appreciate
Thank
it
you.
a ton. I had
This
a
was a good
great
one.
time getting to
Yeah, this
know
was a
you,
good one.
man.
This was fun.
So,
I'm looking forward to the next ones too.
we're going to end the live broadcast now. Have a great night. And as always, I'll chat with you later. Chamba, you want to plug anything before we click?
I'm on They're Not Dolls Tomorrow with Toy Migos, of course. And yeah, you can catch me on Tuesday on Chat Migos Assemble, also on Toy Migos YouTube channel. And on
Yep.
at the Chamba at Instagram and Twitter.
There he is. The
Oh,
man, the myth, the legend. Peace.
bye.